guys, it's Ryan here from CNR Reviews, and we have been asked a few times to do this video, and we've said we were going to do it, and oh my god guys, we're so sorry that we haven't done it yet. So now we're doing it. This is the video on replacing the forend on the Mossberg 500. It's pretty close to the same process that you would use to replace the forend on the Remington 870 as well. The reason why I felt the need right off the bat, as soon as I got the gun, to replace the forend was because of this. This does not have an action slide tube. And I know you guys are going to say, oh, it's not called an action slide tube. It is called an action slide tube. It is the slide tube that goes on top of the magazine that actually holds the forend on the gun, and actually has these two rails here, these action rails, to actually fully cock the shotgun. If you go on Brownells and you search action slide tube for Mossberg 500, they have a few different options. One I believe is like 6 5/8, the other one's 7 3/4. I went with the smaller one and then got the Hogue nut for the end that makes it so that you can accept the larger forends. The action slide tube was a lot cheaper for the smaller one. This whole, like, getting the smaller slide tube and the Hogue part to make it bigger was actually a lot cheaper. It was like $20 cheaper than just buying the bigger action slide tube and then having to get the nut at the end anyway. So because it doesn't come with it. So you would have to buy the nut for $10 anyway, and that just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I got the smaller one and then the Hogue one to go on top of it. So the reason why I replaced this is because it doesn't have that tube in there, guys, and it just holds these two rails. They're just pinned in with this little kind of U-pin in here on this plastic forend, and it feels like crap. So
it probably works just fine.
It probably does, and it did work fine for a little bit, but it just felt really cheap to me, guys, and so I wanted to replace it. So we're going to put that over to the side. This is how you replace that. Unfortunately, you do have to take down the entire weapon to do this process. So you have to push this little pin out. You got to find something to push this little pin out. It does come out really, really easy, guys.
Sorry about the dog barking in the back. The damn neighbor won't get his damn dog in the house.
Yeah, he's kind of a pain in the butt. So there's the pin, and then you want to pull out your trigger assembly. And there's that. And you just kind of move the slide back, or the action back a little bit, and these two little, the two interrupters or whatever, come out. They can just pop out. If you guys want the full disassembly video on there, we do have a Mossberg 500 disassembly video on our channel. Push this back halfway. You can pop up your carrier, your bolt carrier, and then pop this up. And actually, oh, before you do that, you have to take your barrel off.
Ryan actually doesn't own this rifle anymore, guys. It's I'm sorry, the shotgun. Don't call it a rifle, for God's sake.
Don't call it a rifle. Even if you have a rifle barrel for it, don't call it a rifle.
Nope, it's a shotgun. So Ryan doesn't own this shotgun anymore. It's actually my shotgun, so he's kind of rusty on taking this guy apart.
I am, guys, and I am a Remington guy through and through. Remington 870 all the way. I do like the Mossberg, though. It is a good quality shotgun. So I don't know if you guys saw that. I took the barrel off after taking some of the insides out, and was able to get the action slide tube and everything to release. So, wow, this needs to be clean, Chad. I sold it to him dirty. Anyway, so this is the assembly. This is the part you care about. Okay? If you have an action slide tube, which is... Let me take this apart first, and I will actually show you guys the action slide tube. If you have the slide tube, you don't have to worry about... you just loosen this nut up here to actually get it to separate from the...
You may be able to find a big enough flathead to do that.
You actually may. This, guys, you know, I don't like Tackstar products all that much. I think I think some of their products feel a little cheap, but I bought one of their forends one time, and I think I still have it. And this was the best part about it, was this forearm key to be able to replace it. And guys, it has been really, really helpful on a lot of different shotguns. So, because otherwise you'd have to buy the forend wrench, and they are expensive. I have done this with a flathead as well. Just kind of, or a pair of pliers, just grip the edge and turn it. You can do it with that too. This is an action slide tube. So your magazine goes in there, inside of here, and then your forearm goes around this, and this is what travels on your magazine to pump your shotgun. There are different ones. This one cost me, I think it was like $26 on Brownells, and it's pretty good quality, guys. Watch out for the threads, though. You need to make sure that you have good quality threads on it when you get it, or this thing will not screw on. And then it's a pain in the ass. Oh my God, it is a pain. Mine did not have good threads, and I had to sit there and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with it to get it to loosen up. And finally, I got it on right, or now it just screws on really, really nicely. So now, if you guys have an old Mossberg with like the wood foregrip, and you have this type of setup, it's as simple as taking the end nut off. They don't always look like that. Sometimes they are just this outer edge part on here. This is the extended one, like I was saying before, that will increase the length of the action slide tube, so you can put I think it's the 7-inch, the 7 5/8 foregrips on it. So there are some out there. The older ones have this 6th, and they're like this size. They're like the 6 5/8 or 6 3/4 or something like that. You may need the extension if you're going to put like the Hogue over molded forend on there. So let's put it all back together, guys.
So this would be, guys, how it would be if you just bought the parts.
If you just bought the parts, you have them all just kind of sitting here.
So you would have removed your original forend by taking out those parts, removing the barrel.
Take off your old forend, guys, the one that's all beat up to crap or something, or the one that you just don't like. Okay? You have your action slide tube. If yours already came with it, you don't have to order it. If yours was a combo from Big 5, you're going to have to order this because it does not come with the action slide tube. So you just slide this part. There's an actual open part on the back here. That's where this part right back here is going to go. So you're going to slide it in, and it just goes on like that. And then your threads are inside of there, way down there. So what you do is you take your extended one, and you sit it in there real gently, and you try to get it to bite. If it bites correctly, you should be able to start screwing it on. Sometimes you do have to move it around. Let's see if I got it here. And then you use whatever you used to get it off in the first place to just tighten it back up. I actually flip my wrench around rather than using this side because I find that it likes to do that crap. I flip it around to the fat side and use it like that. It looks like I got it. And you just tighten it up. If you mar this front nut here that you're tightening up with your wrench, get it nice and tight there. If you mar this up a little bit, you can just blue this. Try to get a steel one or an aluminum one. I would recommend steel. Hogues are very nice and they don't mar very easily. They're nice and strong. I've taken this thing off a few times and it still looks brand new, guys. I mean, it's really nice. And I'm using this, I think this is an aluminum wrench here. So now you have your actual setup. This is your actual foregrip setup with the action slide tube, your end cap nut, and your actual forend. So now you're going to be able to put this back on your gun. You just slide your magazine in. You would put it back on just like you were regularly assembling. You want to slide these into your grooves. Now again, if you want this full assembly and or disassembly and reassembly of this gun, check out our disassembly and reassembly video where we do close-ups of this entire process. Alright. There's that. That locks that in. Then we put these back in. So guys, once you've done this a few hundred times, it kind of gets boring. Okay. There's all of that. Then you can take your trigger assembly. I actually like to cock mine back before I put it in. Nosedive it in. You should be able to. Whoop, there it is. You just keep that pressed down while you get your back pin. Let's use the other forehand here. This is what I use it for.
You gonna put the barrel on?
Yep.
Don't break my gun.
I will try not to. You need to clean your gun.
I haven't even shot it yet.
Alright guys. And then that is how you do it. That is how you do your whole assembly, your forend assembly, okay? If you guys have any other questions, let us know and I will try to answer those as soon as possible. Again, this is Ryan from CNR Reviews with Chad in the background. Thanks for watching, guys.